Hello, welcome to Family Therapy Podcast with George Chacha. Dysfunctional family, break the complete circuit. Dysfunctional family, break the circuit. Many of us have found ourselves in the circuit that our parents formed or initiated, not knowing that our parents themselves, either one of them or both of them, were victims of a dysfunctional family. In the course of their lives, one or both of our parents were subjected to traumatic events, traumatic experiences. In the course of their lives, maybe in the course of their growing up, they were subjected to physical, emotional, and even violent abuse. And this effect left a psychological wound that, unknown to them, has shaped and directed the course of their lives. Several years down the line, we, their children, come into existence totally oblivious of what our parents may have gone through. In the course of time, our parents subject us to exactly the same traumatic experiences that they themselves were subjected to. Unknown to them, they think that they are doing us good, they are guiding us along the paths of normal development, but unfortunately, they are just replaying the bitter moments, the bitter traumatic experiences of their lives. Every advice they give is in line with the mode in which they were set. It is encouraged that even as we witness and we go through most painful experiences in our lives, there will be moments when we have to re-examine, how did our father grow up? How did our mother grow up? We will be faced with that need for us to go in depth to do a serious background check, because the effects, the deeds, the actions, and the way our parents are handling us is directly proportional to what they themselves experienced. A child who may have experienced violence, who may have experienced emotional abuse, who may have experienced hatred, kind of a bitterness, dysfunctional family, will grow up knowing that this is the norm, this is the trend, and so many years down his or her life, long after he or she has had his or her own family, he will be replaying exactly the music that the parents played. Therefore, we have to break the circuit. Once we have done the in-depth background check of our parents and we have ascertained the traumatic event, it is important for us to understand the meaning of trauma. Trauma is a psychological wound, a wound where the victim is not aware that he or she has the wound, a wound where the people living with this subject or with this victim are not even aware of the wound, but instead can only see, describe, and react to the behavior and character that the victim is displaying. And many a time we will end up condemning and blaming the person, not knowing that the person in question is a victim, is sick, and needs us to handle him or her with golden gloves. Once we have identified what our parents may have been subjected to, then we have an opportunity to understand why they are acting towards us the way we are acting, and then we have to take the appropriate action. And the first action is to forgive them. The first action is for us to make the most difficult and painful decision. We may have come to that point whereby we hate our parents. We may have come to that point where we resent our parents. But the only way for us to attain inner peace, the only way for us to attain our own definition. The only way for us to cut our image is to, 1, forgive our parents and let go of all that they did to us. 2, and very, very importantly, walk up to our parents, make peace with them, acknowledge them, thanking them for having been our parents, for having given us life, for having brought us forth into this world. Recognize them that indeed we thank you for your blood flows through my vein. I am because you were. I want to thank you, my parents, because I know there are moments I have been so bitter with you. There are moments I have been extremely angry with you. But I have come to the realization that our lives are so much intertwined that if only I must have peace, I must come up to you and get the peace that I need. I must come up to you and make peace with you. And therefore, my parents, I ask of you to forgive me and let us have a whole new start. Otherwise, thank you for watching this program of Family Therapy Podcast, and I encourage you to subscribe to the channel, click the like button, click the bell, and let us join the train of progressive parents who are seeking to reconnect appropriately with their families, to reconnect appropriately with their children, and to the parents who may have unknowingly pricked the conscience, maybe even subjected their children to the extreme end of mental health, that we will come to the realization that we hold the key to peace to our children. And when our children come forth, whether accusing us or just coming to apologize and seek that reconnection, then we must go to any length to make this possible. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Till next time, bye-bye.